Hey everyone. My name is Joshua Simon. I'm from Singapore.
Hi, hey, Joshua. How are you? You are so cute.
Oh, I love you both so much.
So adorable.
Yes.
Thank you for your podcast.
Thank you very much.
Just to share a bit of context about Singapore, we are currently working towards repealing a law which criminalizes sex between men.
Wow.
So Bros challenges what films can be released here. Thank
Amazing.
you.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you.
If you could meet the world's first queer person, what would you tell them about the world today?
Ooh.
If we could meet the world's first queer person ever, first I would tell them thank you.
Yes.
I would have to tell them thank you. I would tell them we've come very far. Because you chose to exist, and I know how hard it must have been back then, and I know the pushback you must have gotten back then, but because you withstood it, we get to share with the world who we are and be celebrated in it.
Wow.
I mean, would that be Adam?
Was Adam gay?
I don't know.
I don't know. It was probably bi or something.
We've all heard the phrase, it gets better, and I think that is a pretty true statement. It has, and I think it will continue to get better.
We have drug, fought, stabbed, shot, pushed, been killed, and all that, like everything that
Our souls murdered,
yes.
you know.
But we are still here, girl. We are still here, and we have torn down so many walls that were put up for us.
That you dreamed about.
Yes, we have done that. Like whatever you saw in your dream or whatever that made you stand and tell you to continue to be were the voices from the future.
Yeah.
Telling you thank you.
I don't think it's up to anybody to accept us, as we should be able to just be. And I wish that they could have just been and it'd be okay.
It'd be the thank you and then an acknowledgement that we're still carrying that baton because it's still pushing forward. There is no option but to go forward and keep pushing forward. So I think it'd be a thank you and then here we go. We'll keep going.
As wild
That's
as
a
Bros.
Good question.
Thank you.
It's a really good question.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I watched Bros at the age of 32, and I couldn't help but think of how my life would have been different if I watched it at 18. Say you were never part of Bros and someone else made it and you watched it at that young age. How would that impact you think?
I think it would have a really positive impact. I really wish I had a movie like Bros when I was a kid. I loved romantic comedies and I always watched them, but they were always about straight couples, which you can relate to, but you're still not seeing yourself reflected on screen. And I think movies, while they don't represent real life necessarily, they give you a blueprint for love, for how relationships work, how dating and sex works, and I think that's important when you're a kid. But we don't get the LGBTQ equivalent of that. Now kids do, but when I was growing up, we didn't, and I think that can be really helpful, in terms of educating you and comforting you and inspiring you. And I'm glad that, kids and teenagers today will have Bros and other movies like it that they can watch at a fairly young age.
The fear of rejection that I think a lot of us feel, and unfortunately even today, that I think that weight would have been lifted off. And unbelievable. I can't even, and what's sad is I can't even imagine this when I was in my 30s. And that's kind of sad because I'm so proud to be a part of this. And yeah, it's taken a long time, but we're here. And it's going, like Jim says, it's like we got to keep it going forward and upward.
There are some gays who say they don't like watching gay films. Why do you think that is so? And do you think they'll like Bros instead?
I think the gay community is very, very big. We have many, many people in our umbrella, and we all want them to come inside, but sometimes people might not feel like it tells their specific story. So hopefully Bros can encourage those people to tell their own stories, so that they can see their specific representation.
I think what happens when you don't get a lot of movies made about your life, that when a rare one comes along and you actually see yourself reflected, it can actually be scary. It can be as scary as it is comforting or uplifting. We don't really get that mirror the way that straight people do from the time that, they're conscious. often when we have, it hasn't felt real. It's been on a sitcom, it's felt very one-dimensional or like a stereotype or a cartoon, but to see anything that feels remotely related to how our lives are in reality, as much as that can be a comfort, it can also be a little scary. You know, it forces you to question things about your life and look at your own life in a way that queer people have not always had the ability to do because we haven't had our stories told authentically. You know, when it's that rare, everyone wants their shot, you know,
Yeah.
but so few of us have actually gotten it that the emotions tied to those movies can be very complicated.
As wild as Bros is, at the heart of the film is family. How important is family in a queer person's life?
Ooh, come on, house mother.
I developed a strong relationship with my chosen family, which is all of my gay brothers and sisters and mothers and all of my gay kids that I mentor and raise. And I would not be who I am today had it not been for my biological family and especially my chosen family. And I think that anybody that is of the LGBTQ community that has any type of wisdom or anything to offer, someone that may be out there struggling to communicate with their blood family or biological family, to lend them a hand and lend them a shoulder and help show them the way until they can go back and revisit with their biological family, and then they have a new establishment of who they are.
I know that we walked into the workroom as strangers, but we left as family.
Mm-hmm.
And that was an important thing for me because, you know, every time that we reunite and we get together, even for doing this press run, for this stuff, we love each other. We didn't know each other. Well, we knew each other for almost 20 years, but we didn't know each other from a can of paint. But I don't know how to do this without my family, and I'm so glad to bask in this and give that love to the world through this movie.
Yeah.
Marie, say there's someone watching this video right now who still isn't sure if being LGBT is a gift or a curse. What would you say to them?
I'd say, honey, God don't make junk. We're given who we are and what we are for a reason. And own it, wear it proud, and surround yourself by the support you need. And just know we love you.
Baby, stay in the fight.
Stay in it.
Stay in it.
Thank
Baby,
you so much.
You will reap all the rewards that it has to offer, and it's coming.
And don't let yourself be discouraged because you're the first and the only.
Yeah, and I'm praying for your endurance.
Yes.
Thank you. God bless. Be safe.
God bless you
baby.
too. Thank you.